Welcome to Spoken Threads.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Spoken Threads. My name is Nomfundo, and I'm here with my beautiful sisters.
Feliz, Kato.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. As always, we've got a topic today that's very interesting. I was reading City Press online, because now it's online, there's no newspaper. And there was this interesting article. I don't want to get the name incorrectly. Her name is, or his name is Kati Dijane, and it's called The Silent Walls Our Phones Have Built. And it's just about how we have put up a wall because we are on our phones and there's no eye connection. We don't look at people. We're just on our phones constantly. And it got me thinking. I remember a few years ago, this friend of mine took a photo of a family gathering. And this was supposed to be time together like you have, during Christmas or whatever it is. And everyone in the family at the dinner table was on their phones. There was no one talking to each other.
Looking at each other.
No, it was like everyone's on the phone like this. And it's happening a lot, it's something that has become normal.
Yeah.
And it just made me think, this is happening, but is it okay? Is it okay for us to have this wall, this invisible wall around us because we are stuck on our phones?
Engrossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your experience?
So I think a couple of weeks,
Yes.
interesting story.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
happened to bump into our COO's wife and son. So my boss introduced us.
Yeah.
And after we bumped into them, she said they bumped into them as a family. So the two boys and the husband and the wife in London. And they had supper together. And they're young boys. I mean, 16, 18. One's at varsity, one's in high school. And she said what was really amazing about their age is that when they were at supper, when they all had supper together, they were fully engrossed and engaged in the conversation.
That is amazing.
Neither of them had touched their phones throughout the whole outing, which I found that is amazing. Because if I think about my teenage son, he comes to the supper table with his cell phone, and if he's not eating, sometimes he's eating and engaging with the phone, not with any of us around the supper table. So that's it. So I thought, it's like, wow, aspiring and aspirational.
Yeah. It's interesting when kids behave in a way that is not the norm, Yeah. What is your experience?
My experience has been slightly different. I mean, even in social settings, when the three of us hang out or other friends, you sort of think that there is some unwritten rule that your phone is there, but it's not on you, unless if you would say, I need to open the gate for God knows whoever. So the experience with my other friends as well, where you put your phone down unless if I'll say I'm going to pick up whoever from school or I've Ubered them wherever. I just need to check and follow the ride, and that's why I'm there. So I think more and more people have become conscious of the fact that it does build an invisible wall, and how to get around is to announce, say, I'm going to on my phone for this reason, but not for the entire duration of the hangout, if you want to call it that. Another thing is that, is it a bad thing to be on the phone all the time? Sometimes families sometimes are not connected as we think they are. I think let's not be blind to the fact that we may be living under one roof, but we may dislike each other for whatever reason. And your real family is unfortunately online, the people that may understand you or get you for whatever reason. We never know.
Your followers on TikTok.
Correct. Yeah, we never know what happens in other people's homes where I just live here because I've got no other choice. I can't be a hobo or whatever the case is. I'm just here as a parking spot until such time that I leave. For some people, it could be a positive or a negative escape. We just don't know. And that's why we want to hear from you. What do you think?
No, that's absolutely true. I find that there are some moments where unconsciously I am creating a barrier, and my kids have called me out on that. They'll say to me, they'll say to me, I asked you, I told you that something happened, but you weren't paying attention, you're on your phone. And so I have to consciously be, okay, let me put the phone down. tell me, how was your day?
Yeah.
What were you doing? So that I don't have that wall. And the wonderful thing the recent news that I've seen recently are some countries that are not banning phones per se, but
social media
for young people. And another country also followed suit. So it's really taking children out of that phone obsession zone to say, get together, have a conversation, talk to each other, and have
human contact, human engagement,
eye to eye, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I agree with this article that it does create an invisible wall, and we have to be conscious of it. We don't want to be saying, okay, phones need to go. We need to go back to the age of home phones and being on the. But there's certain things that we need to stop and be put the phone down. Especially when people are driving, you don't need your phone when you're driving.
Oh no, please, no.
Yes. You need to be aware of what's happening. That's also aware of what's happening around you as a driver. That's also the interaction because when you indicate that you want to change lanes, you know that someone else is coming. So all those things factor in terms of breaking down the phone wall and being a person who communicates with other people, interacts with other people, whether it's on the roads or at home, at the family dinner table, Christmas dinner table, wherever it is. It's so important to have that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would love to hear from you. What are your experiences in terms of this invisible wall of having a phone? What are you doing in your homes? Are you banning the phone from the dinner table? I think you should be banning the phone from the dinner table. Are you,
limiting screen time?
Yeah, limiting screen time. Telling the kids that they can only use it for an hour, 2 hours a day. I know I don't buy my kids my phones at all. They're not gonna have a cell phone until they're much, much older, or they can buy themselves. So tell us, what are you doing? Comment, subscribe, share, like, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you, and we'll join you next time on Spoken Threads. Bye.
Bye.